Welcome, lovely people. Today I am playing on my PlayStation. I am on the US server, and we are here for, well, firstly, let's just acknowledge Wonder Woman Day, and that, this tiara that they have provided us is much better than the one with the giant star, because I feel like this one is slightly less ostentatious. But, and also I dressed my character ready for Wonder Woman Day. That's one of the things I was kind of looking forward to, is that for the Wonder Woman Day event, I could dress as Wonder Woman, and it wouldn't seem weird to have a Wonder Woman character called Shattered Shadow, because that doesn't really go together. But, we're actually here because we have a new booster bundle, and of course we have to open a stack of them and have a look at what we get. So, it is the Booster Reward Box! We are able to get the Wondrous Spin emote, an emote that I am not in the least bit interested in, and I find it kind of funny that that is the most difficult item to get in this drop, because I could not care less if I get it or not. Then we have the Ancient Marble Sculpture material, Polished Marble Sculpture material, and Carved Alabaster Skin set, all of the same level of likelihood to receive, but I prefer the two materials over the skin. I'm kind of hoping I get those. I think that the pattern on it is quite pretty, and I feel like the way that it looks on the character is quite regal. So, kind of hoping for those two.
Okay, she's actually mixing up the marble materials with the gold and silver Themyscira steel chroma packs. The pattern that she's talking about that looks quite regal is not on these materials, it's in the chroma packs.
Then we also have gold Themyscira, we'll just go with the colors. Gold, silver, copper, brass, or iron Themyscirian steel chroma packs. I wouldn't mind any of those. So I've got 10 that I'm going to open. We're going to have a bit of fun and see what we get. And I want to get the emote to show you guys, but at the same time, if I don't get it, ain't gonna be no broken hearts over here. Okay, so let's start. Let's open the first one. Carved Alabaster Skin. Okay, that's for, oh, there's 3. Did you see that? 1, 2, and 3. So you could potentially put it on 3 different characters. I'm going to assume that it is the same skin with the different facial features for different nationalities, which is super cool. I should also mention the booster bundle gives you 150 replay badges, a 9th metal detector.
She means nth metal.
A radar enhancer, 5,000 ally favor, a proto bank bot, proto broker bot, and 15 flawless 9th metal worth 1,000 artifact XP each. So that is pretty cool also. Yeah, I do believe the second I purchased it is when I received the replay badges, and then when I open them up, I get these items as well, and the 15 flawless metal. So, just in case anyone is wondering. Also, my inventory is a little bit full. It's like I'm organizing things for Halloween in there, so I'll fix it. Give me 1 second.
1.
Done! Okay, so first thing we received is Carved Alabaster Skin set. Actually, I'm going to look at my replay badges. 2615, and we'll open one and see if that increases now or if it is something that increased at the time of me purchasing. So let's open this. Oh. Well, now we have 2 of the Carved Alabaster Skin sets. Does anyone else remember that they are the ones that I wasn't really interested in out of those 3 that I could get? I wanted the 2 chromas.
Yeah, she means the 2 materials.
Not the skin, and now I've got 2 sets of the skin. I mean, I'm happy to be able to show you, but I only need 1 to be able to show you, you know what I mean? And the replay badges did not increase. So, replay badges you receive the moment you purchase, the rest you receive as you open. So that's good to know as well. Let's go. Iron Themyscirian Steel. That's fine. I'm happy to have that one. Next. Polished Marble Sculpture Material. Alright, I'm okay with that. We'll take that. Thank you. Next. Silver Themyscirian Chroma... Oh. Silver Themyscira Steel Chroma Pack. Oh, wait. Ancient Marble Sculpture Material. I got 2? How did that happen? Did I open? I must have opened 2 at the same time by accident. Pressed it a little too quickly. So we received Ancient Marble Sculpture and Polished Marble Sculpture. Cool. Very happy to see those. I should have said material before. I said chroma, didn't I? I meant material. I can read. It's not even close to spelled the same. Doesn't matter. Okay, next one. Brass. Oh, ancient? Am I opening 2 at once? What's happening? Brass. There's nothing to open. I'm confused. Why did it come up with that afterwards? I'm just going to move everything down. You guys saw that too, right? The ancient marble sculpture material just flashed up on my screen. Was I imagining that? I don't know. But let's open another. Iron again. Okay, did we get a gold? We've got a brass. It got a gold or, oh, we got silver. Okay, I'm okay with the silver. That's nice. Two more to go. Gold, Themyscira. All right. We got the gold too. That's all right. This is not bad. And brass again, so we've doubled up on quite a few there. And I'm not heartbroken over not receiving the emote, but I will say if I have Marketplace cash, maybe I'll grab one more and we can just try it once more. Yeah, we'll try one more. I've got the ability to grab one. We'll grab another one. So in actuality, we're opening 11. Just to see if we can get that emote, but I doubt it. Let's open that one up. Oh, well, that worked out for us, didn't it? So we'll be able to see that. Okay, so let's put that in. Okay. I think that the glow of it is kind of cool. I do think that the circle that's glowing isn't actually in the center because my character's off to the side of it. If we move around her, does it move? No, it's just off to the side of her. So I dislike that it's not central to my character. That's a bit weird. But also, I think the thing I dislike is it's the one exact same movement over and over again. If there was maybe a sidestep or something in between besides just the spinning, maybe I'd like it a little more. But I don't like it at all. I think it's kind of silly that all she does is spin. And also I'm disappointed that the glowing stars are not central. I mean, maybe it was a one-off. Maybe it is central. Hang on. No, it's not. It's not central to my character. I wonder if that's because her stance is flirty. So she's standing on one hip, which means she's slightly to the side. And then when she starts the emote, the light starts at the center of the character where it previously was. If that's the case, anyone who's not flirty could test this and see if it's more central. But for people who are flirty at this stage, and maybe everybody, I don't know, the light isn't in the middle. And I hate it. I also don't like the move. It's just, I think, monotonous or not enough. I don't know. I don't like it. I understand what it's meant to be. Okay, I get it, but no. No, I would not be disappointed if I never got it, but I'm very glad that I was able to show you guys. Let's open another. Let's start down here. Iron, Themyscira, Steel, Chroma Pack. So let's open that one first. And let's put it on. Oh, and before I do put it on, I currently have the Red Royal Chroma 1 and 2 and the Blue Royal Chroma 3 on Wonder Woman to give her that nice high shine on the gold. The red and the blue are also more vibrant than if you just put it in the color swatches, but I mainly was putting it in there for the gold because I thought it looked really cool. So if anyone else is interested, that's what I'm using for my Wonder Woman at the moment. But let's get this steel one on. Oh, sorry, iron steel. Iron Themyscira steel. So let's put it on. Okay, what do we think? There is a light swatch and a dark swatch and a textured swatch. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm going to take off the belt so we can see that third swatch on the shorts more clearly. Okay, so there's two light grey, but one of them is textured and one of them is smooth, and then there's a dark grey. I mean, yeah, it's not inaccurate or anything, but it is a little boring, I guess. It's not something I think I'll use on this character. It's not something I think I'll use much either. Maybe on a stone character where I'm going into the grey, but usually I've been doing browns and greens on those. So I'm not sure how much use this would get with me, but the texture of it is kind of nice. You can see it really well on the shorts there. I like that part, but I wish that one of those swatches was actually maybe color editable. In fact, let's go in and check that I don't just have a lame color in. No, I've got the first swatch. Let me just check. Made no difference. Where's her chest? No, not an editable color swatch on there. What about the feet? No. Oh, sometimes it's the second swatch, isn't it? No. No, I see no difference. Okay, no editable color swatch, which I think they usually call those ones neon, so that you're aware. I'm not sure. But I mean, now you know what it looks like. If you're interested in getting it, you know what it looks like on a female character. You can also quite clearly see the texture on the shorts there, so that's good if you're interested in that. I'll swap the swatches around just so we can see it a little better on her chest, maybe. Yeah, so you can see the textured one a little bit better there. I do quite like that particular swatch. And I also don't mind the darker swatch for the color, but I will say I dislike how shiny that is. But of course, it's meant to be iron. I'm complaining about something that's probably inherently supposed to be a characteristic of this swatch, so never mind. Just means that I won't use it, but it's all one. What is next? Next is brass. I'm hoping I like this one a little more. Let's put the brass one on. Brass Themyscira steel. Ooh. Love the pattern. Now I will say this is quite a this is what I was thinking looks regal, so maybe the marble is not what I was thinking of. I'm not entirely sure at this stage, but when we get there we'll know. I really like the pattern on this, but I will say it's a commitment. Like, you would really have to want to use it for something. I do. I have plans for these things. But, yeah, it might not be everyone else's cup of tea. It's not something you can edit. You are just kind of stuck with the pattern that it gives you. And unless you like it, it's not really going to be something you're going to want to use. So, personally, I like this. I think it would look really great on a... It's going to get girly up in here for a second. You know, like a formal gown that goes to the floor and you've got that golden pattern on it and then the highlights are just this brassy gold looking colour. I don't know. I like this. I will say I wish that this darker colour wasn't such high sheen, but as I said, that's probably something that is inherently meant to be there for something that's called a steel chroma. So it's just my preference. It's not anything wrong with the actual chroma itself, but for my uses, it's a little bit annoying because I'm going to use this as a fabric, not as any kind of metal pieces on there. So it might not look quite right, except maybe for ribbon. We'll have to see. Well, that's in the future. But for now, I actually really like this pattern. So if you don't like this pattern, do not get yourself the brass chroma, because you're gonna be stuck with that. All right, let's try the next one. I think we got silver. Which one did I end up missing? Copper. We didn't get copper. That's okay with me. That just means quite a bit more orangey color, and I don't know that I would use that quite as much as that brass. I like the brass. But we also have silver and gold. So let's open those. Silver first. Now I'm hoping that it is similar to this one with the pattern and everything, but similar in color to the iron. So let's see. I'm just a large child, aren't I? I get too excited about these things, but it's fun! And that's what video games are for, right? Having fun. We're gonna have fun. Okay, steel. Oh, yes! I love it! Oh, I like this one better. Oh, it's so nice. It's less regal. I'll probably use the gold for what I'm thinking of, but this is very nice too. I like it. It's a little feminine, isn't it? I mean, you wouldn't use that for a lot. Oh, no, you'd put it on a waistcoat, surely. Or maybe a cloak if you're going to use a cloak on a character. No, I take it back. I take it back. I like this. It's got that same pattern. The colours on it are not the same as that steel. They are lighter, so that silvery colour is lighter. The grey on there is lighter than the other grey. They both have that high sheen, though. I'm getting over it, because obviously it's called a steel chroma. I mean, it's meant to be sheen, so I shouldn't complain too much. And I do like the pattern and the texture, I will say. I'm a little bit... I could be wrong. It's happened once or twice before, you know, but I think that the blue grey, the light grey on her shorts is clashing slightly with the white grey on her chest, like as a yellow base grey and a blue base grey. It might just be in my head, I don't know. But it's not clashing enough that I hate it. Oh, we would see it better on the boots if it's clashing, because that's the two right next to each other. No, I'm wrong. It's not. Maybe it's the darker grey that it's clashing with. Something just seems a little bit off with the colours. But I'll get over it, and I don't hate it, and I love the pattern. I really do. And frankly, if I was going to use it, I would probably avoid putting all three of those textures on and probably try and stick to two of the swatches being used and use something else, like another chroma or material or something, if I had to. Because what I really want is that pattern. But I'll likely use the brass anyway. So let's open gold. Mind you, the gold might be even better than the brass. Let's have a look. I don't know if anyone has noticed, but my jewellery is all silver and black. Usually it's rare that I wear gold. I do have some. So my preference is usually a silver or like something that looks more tarnished. But I love this. For the bodice at least. For the textured like fabric piece. I love it. Oh, it's so good. None of these colours appear to be clashing to me. I like this better than the silver. And I think I like it better than the brass. And it's really shiny, which is not usually my preference, but I love this one. Oh, if you don't like this pattern, you need to get the iron one. Because This pattern is on all the... Actually, I don't know if it's on the copper.
The copper does have that same pattern.
The iron is the only one that has a different texture to it, which is still quite nice. But this is beautiful. Oh! I'm so happy I got this one. I love it. Okay, I will put the steel one on again just so you can see the difference from this to that. I'm so sorry, I keep saying steel, I mean iron. It's the iron steel chroma. So you can see the pattern on that is a lot more subdued, much more subtle, and it looks like a metal. It's not the same as the other one where it kind of looks like a fabric. This looks like metal, and I really like this one too, actually. And I have more uses for this one because not having that fabric looking part is slightly more usable with other things than something that has that very distinct pattern all over it. And you'd have to be wanting that pattern in order to use those chromas, unless of course, I mean, there are probably ways that you can ensure that that is avoided and you still get that shiny gold or silver, whichever one you're using, provided you pick things that only have a 2-color swatch and then choose the correct chroma for it. So you could probably avoid it if you needed to, but the iron one, which is actually, I think, on the bottom of the list of ones you can get from here, is probably the more usable chroma out of all of those, provided that the copper one that we missed out on hasn't got the same pattern as this, because if it's got that same texture going on, then that one is also pretty viable for use in a lot of other ways compared to the ones that have that pattern and seems like a fabric rather than a metal. So I guess it's up to you guys what you prefer, but hopefully this is helpful in letting you know what they're going to look like. And I kind of like this one on this particular breastplate piece because it looks like it should be metal, you know? Anyway, let's have a look at what else we got. We have 2 materials. So we've got the polished marble. So let's do that one first. That's interesting. I am not sure how I feel about it. I know that obviously it being a material and not a chroma is going to have the downside of no color swatches, only one swatch. That's fine. But also, it doesn't look like marble to me. Maybe it's my choice of clothing or the way my character is standing. Oh no, on the cuffs, I guess. It's got that like little bit of glossy shine to it that makes it look like a good wrist cuff. It does kind of look, I think it's because on her body she's like standing and moving, and so because the fabric is moving with her, it doesn't look so much like marble. Maybe if we put a better breastplate on her. I mean, oh wait, let's check the shield. The shield should look like marble. Oh, it looks a little flat. I mean, with a material rather than a chroma, it's going to look more flat than a chroma, just because we don't have the dimension of multiple swatches. But let's put on a breastplate that looks more like an armor and see if that looks more like marble. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it a bit better now. Okay. Okay, I have no complaints. It does look like marble. I do question whether it looks like polished marble, and I'm curious about the ancient one. Is it going to have a bit more texture and look older, in which case I'm probably going to like it more than this one, but this does look like a marbly texture to me. And I do have uses for it, just not as much as I do for that chroma, the gold, oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, let's go and grab the ancient one, which is here, ancient marble sculpture material, and put that on. I will say if you're looking to make a character where their whole body is just this material, you put like a skin-tight bodysuit on them, something slimline, that's probably going to translate quite well. Oh, I like that more. I like it more because I like the texture. It feels older, it feels worn. I like this better. It might just be me. The polished marble certainly does give quite the impression, but I like this a lot better. It's much more textured. I will say it's having the same problem of the fact that I'm wearing like a short that looks like fabric means that it's not really translating well on that. But on the breastplate piece, it certainly translates well. That looks really good. I think you need to put it on the right items if you really want it to look like marble. But, I mean, that's easy enough. I just happened to be dressed as Wonder Woman and that kind of stuffed up that idea a little bit. But I like this. I like this one more than I like the polished. But I think we all know I prefer things that don't have a sheen if I can help it. And this doesn't have the sheen, whereas the polished one does. And this one seems more worn, which I really like too. It's a little less fresh and new. So, I'm happy. I can't believe I got both. I got almost everything, actually. I missed one thing. I missed the copper chroma. Which, I mean, I did open 10. I opened 11. I did open 11 to get these. So, I don't recommend that. But at least we get to see them all with the exception of one. So, all right, last thing is this alabaster skin. So this carved alabaster skin. We're going to put all 3 on this one character, especially because I can pass that other one to someone else, I guess. Carved alabaster, let's do it. Okay, so the swatches definitely do provide you with a face of a different design for different nationalities. I would say the one that's closest to mine is number 1, so we'll stick number 1 on. It's also probably the closest to Wonder Woman, and the face doesn't look very nice. The body is kind of cool, I will say. I feel like here looks like it's a little blurred out. It's almost like the texture's missing a little, or I don't know, maybe that's just me. The legs look really good. Oh, the break on there on her thigh. Doesn't that look awesome? Oh, I love that part. That looks great. Is it on the other side as well? It is. Are they symmetrical or different? I think they might be symmetrical. No, they are not. They're not quite symmetrical. I like that. I appreciate that they're a little bit different, unless I'm just incorrect about that, which that's happened once before, you know, me being wrong. I know it's a surprise to you all. But let's go I'm going to go stand in front of this wall because it's a bit darker. I still feel like this part up on her upper chest looks like there's a blurred bit here. Not even just a smooth surface compared to the rest, like it's blurry. This might be in my head. Maybe it's the reflection. Oh, it is. It's the reflection of light. Okay, when she moves and I move the camera, it's not actually blurry. It's just because I was down here, I guess. But I quite like this with the exception of the face. I think maybe we need to see it with a little less clothing so we can see where all of the breaks are in the texture. So let's do that. Okay, so we can see on her forearms, she definitely has more broken section, which I really do like. And up here at her armpit, it's broken as well. Her upper shoulders and a bit on her back. I should take her hair off so that we can see that too. I totally want to cover her face though. I find her face mildly off-putting. The bandana makes it worse. But you can see that there is no breaks along the back and top of her head. But you can see there is some right there on her shoulder blades and her upper back. Also on the back of her calves. If you go, actually, I wouldn't call that necessarily calf. It looks like it's around the behind of the knee, but then the front of her shin. Not even, because it's on the side. It's like it's behind her knee and on the side of one of her calves. Both of her calves. So I quite like the brokenness of this. I think it looks like, I don't know, a statue that has been standing there worn and has suddenly come to life, which I think is really interesting. And I'm the kind of person who, when I have a new skin to use, I will find a means to use it for something. And I tend to like to show it, so I will find something that exposes at least those leg ones and the arms, maybe that back. If we put on one of the tops that is a strapless, potentially we could see the back really well. I just have to keep her hair short. But I will say, I don't think I would use her face. Something about it is creeping me out. The bandana is making it worse. She's looking over something at me with something to hide. That's a little less creepy, but it's still creepy. I think it's because her eyes look void of life. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense with what you could potentially be saying with this character, using this particular style. But if we check on emissive, will that fix it? No, that's worse. It's worse! Nothing fixes it! What about a mask? If we put a mask on you, are you gonna look a little less scary? Maybe not that mask. Something that covers your eyes. There, let's try that. Let's put this on. Okay, that's a little less creepy. Yeah, so if and when, probably when I do use this skin, it probably won't be on this character because I have another one. So I'm going to pass it across to a more appropriate character, put it on her. And I will probably have some kind of a style to go with it that exposes the skin so that we can see all of those breaks. And I will probably, I might have to do it on this character because I would want to use that ancient marble material with it so that there's more of that texture and break on what armor she has. Hopefully it matches this really well. In fact, let's put that on what she's wearing. Oh, you know what? I actually don't like them together like this, but that's probably because this is fabric. I would need to have something on that looks like armor, and I'm sure that would work better. But the coloring is close enough. The texture is really good. I think these will look great together if I'm going to try to create some kind of a stone warrior, which is totally what I want to do with this, because it looks cool. She still looks creepy though. It's because this material and this skin specifically give the impression of something that was inanimate that's come to life. And that's, not the nicest prospect. So I'll work out something to do with it. Okay, so that's all the items that we received, but now I'm going to have to style some of it. You know, it's a necessity. I just must. Okay, so this is the kind of look that I meant. She's supposed to look like someone of royalty who also needs to go out to battle. So it's kind of a mixture of two different styles that she might wear going together, as though she's been told she has to go to a party, but she doesn't want to and wants to be ready in case that's not where she's gonna stay. So the long skirt from Druid, also the chest piece from Druid, but I've put the gold metallic piece as the forefront for the swatches so that it looks like an actual armor piece at the top of her dress. The belt is supposed to look dainty and kind of feminine, like it's for the party side of what she's doing, and so does the necklace piece, which comes with the Druid top anyway. I did originally have formal, but the Druid one looked more like armor, so that's why I went with that one. I've got Amazonian arm braces, which I think is Amazon Soldier, and then shoulder pieces as well, which I think might be Divine. It is Ancient Divine Sorceress on the shoulders, and then I believe the gloves were Amazon Soldier. They are Amazon Soldier on the gloves. The headpiece is Bewitching Battlesuit. I did originally start with a tiara, but I just thought she looked a little bit too much like she was leaning into the party side. So that's when I got a piece that looks like she could have put it on thinking, it's okay, they won't notice. My hair is hiding the fact that I'm actually wearing a helmet under here that's going to protect me. So I don't know. And then she is wearing heels because I did put flat boots on underneath and I thought you can't really see them too much and it looks better overall with the heel than it does with a flat shoe, even though I was leaning towards flat shoe to start with because if you're going to go into battle, you don't want a high stiletto heel. Very impractical, but I went with it anyway because it looked better. So this is what I was thinking, and that pattern on it I love on the skirt, and I love it with the Druid skirt in particular because the gold high sheen swatches look great on those panels that are dropping down. It looks completely intentional and I love it. I love this so much. I am so happy with this chroma. She looks so pretty. Oh, and her skin is youngster because I don't know if anyone else thinks so. I actually think that the sheen that's on the skin of some of the non-human ones, so the ones that are just called human and classic human, those skins don't have much of a sheen to them. They're quite matte. This is called the young or youth skin, and it does have a little bit of a sheen to it, so I did have to adjust the color slightly so it didn't look too weird, but the expression on her face to me looks slightly annoyed and amused. So if you look at her like straight on like this, she looks like, why on earth do I have to do this? But if you go down a little bit, she looks like slightly, you know, maybe it's all in my head, but I don't care. Her expression looked like something that I thought went with the style. So I went with that skin, even though it's not one that I use very frequently. And I'm pretty happy with this. Please let me know if any of you actually like this, because I find this emote too brief and continuous. I don't know. I understand it's meant to be Wonder Woman doing her thing, right? I get that. But the fact that the light in the middle is not in the middle, and the fact that she just does the spin. Couldn't she do the spin and then get into a pose like she's about to run, and then go back to the spin and get into the... Because this is annoying. I don't like it. Is it just me? It's probably just me. I don't know about you guys, but when the emotes were first coming out, I thought it was kind of stupid. I was like, we already have emotes, we don't need more. And it seems like they're trying to copy things like Fortnite. I wasn't happy. I just thought it was kind of stupid. And I didn't think I'd use them, but I totally used them. And this one I don't find appealing. Even with my character, when she's dressed as Wonder Woman standing here, I won't use it. It just seems kind of silly and it annoys me. I don't like it. Anyway, if you guys are interested in getting a booster bundle, hopefully this is helpful. And if you're going to play, as Multi would say, play the broker game, hopefully this makes you more aware of which ones you are actually going to be interested in. I will say, this booster pack, not my favorite. It seems very, grab one thing and duplicate it as many times as we can, because we've got 5 of basically the same chroma, which I understand, but I mean, gold, silver, bronze could have been enough. We've got gold, silver, bronze, copper, steel, not steel, iron and steel. It's never mind. And then we've got the 2 materials, which are also very, very similar to each other. It's just one sheen, one no sheen. Seems like they took one, edited it to make the other. The skin, I will say, is kind of cool if someone is looking to build something with that particular kind of skin, it would be very useful for them, and it is very nice. Like, I think it's quite nice, even though the face is a little creepy. But yeah, I don't mind that. But overall, this booster pack, not really my favorite, you know? Anyway, that could just be me. I feel like my character needs a golden aura. Oh, yeah. Now she looks like a rebellious teenage princess. I don't know that she should go out to battle like that because the glowing is probably going to draw attention, which is maybe what she wants. You know? So that she can show off how amazing she is. And then they should have swatches that have a blood-stained skirt. Okay, it's going too far. Never mind. Hopefully this was helpful, and if not helpful, at least entertaining. Have a good one, guys.